one of the things I want to start by saying is that data is really at the center of resource management, because data is key in the oil and gas industry. Without data, you cannot be able to assess the prospectivity of any of the blocks or area for either exploration or development purpose. So that is why at the beginning of the promotion of Uganda as a potential oil exploration province, the biggest challenge was acquisition of data. And because without data you cannot be able to promote any jurisdiction or attract the best oil and gas companies to come and do exploration. So data goes without say that is very important in the story of any resource management. So the concept of resource management is a concept that ensures a proper resource and reservoir management so that we can produce optimally for a long period of time. There is nobody who wants to make a discovery and then for a very few years leave a lot of resource underground. Now, you might also want to know that when we make a discovery, we cannot produce all the oil or gas that we have received. And that is why we have what we call recovery factors. Recovery factors is basically a percentage of what we have discovered in the subsurface that we can be able to produce using the current technology that is in the industry. And that concept helps us to track the resource portfolio of a jurisdiction like Uganda, because that means that we can be able to track how much oil has been discovered, how much we have produced, and how much is remaining, and on top of that, how much potential we still have. And having these array of resource portfolio helps in the planning of our country, because if we know how much we have, then we can be able to project revenue based on future production. And so that is what we do in a nutshell in as far as managing data and resources is concerned. Some of the key activities we take in resource management is, first of all, to have a technical evaluation of our data. And having evaluated our data, we do carry out estimates of our volume. In carrying out estimates of our volumes, like I mentioned, we want to know exactly what we have on the subsurface and how much we can be able to produce. But also we have, in resource management, we design facilities that are capable of handling the production rates that our fields are able to produce. And so we have also, over the years, managed to approve certain projects. For example, now we have the Tilenga project, which has been approved. We have the Kingfisher project, which has been approved with their respective production rates. And these are not theoretical figures. For example, when we talk about a 190,000 barrel per day production or a 40,000 barrels per day production in Kingfisher, we are talking about a production rate that is based on the scientific evidence of what our reservoir is capable of giving. I would like to say that we are actually standing relatively well. We have approximately 6.5 billion barrels of oil currently. That's an in-place volume. Like I mentioned, these are volumes that are basically what I could call a P50 case scenario. P50 basically is a probability, a 50% probability chance that that's the volume we have. Now, what does that mean? What that means is that we might actually have higher volume or lower volume. But usually when we plan our production or we plan our facilities, we plan them on the 50% chance that those volumes actually exist. And out of the 6.5 billion barrels that we have, 1.4 billion are recoverable resources. What does that mean? The recoverable resources basically mean that the technology that we have currently, like I mentioned earlier, allow us to produce those volumes at optimal level, and we can be profitable in the market. And that is always very important, because when you have investors in the country who have put in money, they would like to know that the volumes that we are dealing with are actually commercial volumes. I'm glad to inform the country and everybody who is listening that and watching that we do have enough resources, commercial volumes, that will allow our projects to be quite profitable.